Happy Friday, Mayor Dan Pope with a thawed-out version of our weekly update. It's great to enjoy a little much better weather this week. Next Tuesday, March 2nd, State of the City address. It's being done virtually this year. It's free, but we need you to register at the Lubbock Apartment Association website. That's laamembers.com. Don't have to be a member. We want you to register, though. Next Tuesday, 11:45. That's on March 2nd, Texas Independence Day. We had a very busy council meeting earlier this week, chock full with information. In work session, we got a brief overview of our response to the winter storm last week. It's very informative. You might want to watch that. We named a 7-person committee to review our charter and make recommendations back to the council, which likely could come to the voters in November. And so some cleanup and some potential changes to the charter. We'll talk more about that as that process goes along. We received and approved the audit for the city. It's called the CAFR. That audit was done by a regional firm named Weaver, and they've been doing our audit for 3 years. It was a clean audit, very good audit. That's available on the city website if you'd like to dig into that. You also could watch the work session presentation from the folks at Weaver and from our CFO, Mr. Koslich. Finally, we had some in-depth discussion around future capital needs. It's the second meeting in a row. We've talked about that. We'll continue to work on that, trying to finalize that list, getting some of those projects started quickly, and potentially having a street bond later this year. It's been 11, 12 years since that's happened. We have some real needs that we're trying to best identify right now. We talked about ERCOT last week and the power grid. Remember, ERCOT is the power grid that serves 26 out of 29 million Texans. We will be joining that grid later this year. We're concerned about the failures they had last week. It's good to see that the governor and lieutenant governor and our lawmakers are all resolute in, first of all, getting to the bottom of the problem, solving the problem, and funding those fixes. And Lieutenant Governor Patrick was in Lubbock on Monday. He said he's going to put this on his shoulders and carry it across the line. It's we're watching that closely. We're involved in the process. We'll continue to keep you updated on that. Vaccination clinic is booming. We only got part of our allocation last week. We got most all of it in people's arms. We've gotten the end of last week's, or the remainder of last week's doses. We got all of this week's doses. They came in a little bit late because of the weather, but we're going to continue to get more supply. It looks like that supply is starting to improve. If you qualify in 1A or 1B and you've not gotten your vaccine, please get it. I would think within the next week or 10 days, we would know as to when the next group of us becomes eligible for the vaccine. Earlier this week, I participated in the Texas Tech Black Student Athlete Association event. It was out at the Y on U on Monday night. It was called Hidden Figures, and it was a really good conversation about race and about the challenges that exist today and our path forward. You can watch that via a link on the Tech Athletics website if you'd like to go back and catch that. Finally, hope springs eternal. Baseball has started. The Red Raiders are in town this weekend. To me, when you can hear the balls hit leather and hitting in the glove, it just reminds us that better days are ahead. I think we see that in so many ways in our community. There's a lot of hope. I hope you have a great weekend. I'm very thankful for your prayers, for your encouragement, for your good ideas. We'll talk next Friday.